Ebony too, but she didn't respond back yet. All right, we live. We live on Facebook. On Facebook. We're live. Welcome, welcome to behind the scenes of the Sabrina Marie Show. We are taping today. We are in a state of emergency. Let me tape that on here too. Welcome to the Sabrina Marie Show. We're in a state of emergency and we're taping live today behind the scenes, and that is what Facebook will be capturing. I would love for you guys to tune in to be able to state your opinion no matter what it is. There's no right or wrong answer. It is your opinion, and your opinion matters, and anything that you have to say matters. So make sure you tune on in and don't be shy. Don't be shy. You know, I find it funny that I don't know, not funny, maybe that's not the word I want to use, but I find it interesting that a lot of people are afraid to like post on their page, on your page and everything, but they'll be in your inbox like crazy saying how they feel. Why we can't say how I feel out loud? Why we can't say how we feel out loud? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Can somebody tell me why? Like, I don't feel like we have to be afraid to say how we feel. It's called freedom of speech, right? Hi, Breezy Bree. I like that name. We are in a state of emergency, and we are taping the Sabrina Marie Show, and Facebook Live is behind the scenes. And I would love if you can even join the live. I mean, you can join the feed. The link is in the clip, and you can go ahead and join in, and I will allow you to come on in. I'll admit you to come on in, and we can have a discussion about what's going on. We can definitely have a discussion. The link is in the title, and it's also on my page. And you know, oh, Danielle Crystal, invite, go live with Crystal. How you do that? Bring them on camera. I don't know how to do that. Oh, just point that. Crystal, you want to come on live? Crystal, if you want to come and talk and you want to state your opinion, could you click the link and come on my show? And this way that we'll be able to see you and have a discussion about what's happening right now, because we are in a state of emergency, and I would love everyone to get their opinion. You know, I know that we have I know I have some strong opinions, but they're my opinions, and, you know, my opinions matter to me, and I'm sure that other people have their opinions, and their opinion matters to them as well. You know, so, you know, I think that it'll be cool that some of you guys just come on and click the link, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about solutions. What could we do? What's different that we can do besides what's going on? And well, I have my opinion on what's going on anyway, because I feel like it's not really us that's doing that. You know, I feel like the cause is being stolen from us, you know, for whatever other agenda that's being put out there. However, that's just my opinion. And I want to hear what you guys got to say, because listen, dialogue is everything, and we need to talk. We need to talk. I'm not saying what I'm saying is correct or right or whatever, but I have an opinion about what's going on, and I just want to hear what you guys have to say. Hi, Simone, how you doing? Like I said, the I don't know what I just did, but the link is in the capture and on my page as well, for you to go ahead and participate with me on Zoom so we can have a discussion about this. I have one person on. I have Danielle Crane, and she is on Zoom now, so she can have a discussion, and we want to bring anybody else who wants to have a discussion. So click the link and go ahead and join me on Zoom so we can talk about this thing. Hey, Simone, click that link and come on Zoom with me and talk. You know, and like I said, everyone can have an opinion, and no opinion is wrong. You know, no opinion is wrong. Oh, look at that rainbow. No opinion is wrong. So you can say how you feel, and it's okay. You know, I know that a lot of people feel like, you know, oh my God, they're tearing down the city and da 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 da. And yeah, you know, that's true, and a lot of things is going on, and I personally don't believe, I don't want them to tear down our hoods, take that shit somewhere else. But the point is getting made, and it is gaining national attention. And not only that it's gaining national attention, it is, I don't know how good the results are that we're getting, but, the voice is being heard. The voice is being heard. I don't know what's going to happen after this. I feel like the charges that was brought forth was something to try to calm us down, but it's really not calming us down because of the fact that I don't think the charges are good enough. That's just my personal opinion. Something is better than nothing. Some people say, yeah, whatever. Something is, no, it's not good enough. This man was murdered before our eyes, and it's been going on a long, long time. I feel like everybody, we done protest, we done shout loud. We're doing what we have to do. And yes, I believe in voting. I absolutely do believe in voting, and I will be at the polls voting to do what I have to do. But at the same time, people are tired. People are tired. People are tired of the nonsense. People are tired of the hashtag being the new hashtag. People are tired of all that, so people want results at this point. And yeah, it seems like being destructive is so useless and pointless and doesn't make sense. But people are angry. And when you're not heard, when you're trying to get your point across, because I know I'm like this, when I feel like I'm not heard and I'm trying to get my point across, it's so super frustrating. And you can't really, can't say how you feel, you react. Hi, Tiana Thompson. Tiana Thompson just joined us on Zoom. Go ahead and add your visual on as well. And so people are not being heard. And so when people are not being heard, it's like, I'm frustrated. Like, you're not getting it. We've been doing this for a long time and nothing is happening. And then people react out of frustration. Tiana, can you put your visual on as well? We added in another person that just joined, Arania. Thank you for joining in, Arania. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys put your picture on. I want to see you guys. Hey, honey. Good to see you. Good to see you. Can you hear me, Arania? Put your audio on. It's connecting. And Tiana Thompson, put your audio on as well. It says that you're silent. But yeah, so I understand. How you doing? Put your audio on. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Alrighty. So basically, what we're talking about is the state of emergency of what the state that we're in right now, and how people are reacting to it. I'm trying to get this light out my face. How people are reacting to it. And a lot of people feel like, it's useless or how they're reacting, and it's senseless and it doesn't make sense or anything like that. And I get it. And yeah, we don't want to tear down our things and stuff like that. But what do you do when your words are not heard? What do you do? And Rainy, are you frozen? Do you know what to do, Tiana? Tania?
I believe in God, so that's where I start at first. And that's where you take it from. So, as a stand, it's not enough people united to do anything. Everybody wants change and want to see something different, but we're not doing the correct things to do that. So ultimately, you need to find God first for direction and clarification on what's really going on.
Right. I believe in God too, and I trust God that He has us, and I believe that nothing happened by accident, and I believe in the posture of praying as well. I absolutely do. But the Bible says prayer, faith without works is dead. So at the same time, as I'm in the posture of praying, when do I get up off the floor and put into action or what's going on? So, so I get that we need God, but Jesus, I mean, when they were selling things in the synagogue, he turned over the table. So what's that about? That's my opinion. I need y'all to talk up. Hey, Tawanda, Fantastic Four, how you doing?
Talk, y'all. Talk. She's talking. Interact, guys.
Yeah, let's come on. And hop on my Zoom, because listen, let's talk about it. And if you have something to say, listen, I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just giving my opinion. So, and we all are entitled to our opinion. Nobody is wrong for what they're thinking. It's just that we get an understanding, and maybe we could come up with some different type of solutions. Maybe somebody got something to say that's going to make a change, because right now change is not happening at all. And then don't be scared. It's called freedom of speech. You better take advantage of it while you still got it, because it don't look like we're going to have it much soon. It don't look like we're going to have it for a long period of time. I know a lot of people was rattled up about my post that I made. I made a post. You can't hear me. Let me take this microphone. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, on the live, they said they didn't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Let me know on Facebook Live. Somebody give me the thumbs up. Okay, great. Yeah. So, where were we at? Okay. So anybody, tell me on Facebook Live, what do you think? Give me something, because you guys have a lot of opinion in my inbox, but y'all won't say it live. Y'all won't say it out loud. What is that? See, please, God. Please, God. Please, God. Please. This is Facebook Live.
I didn't see your post, so I'm not sure what that's about.
But what I'm saying is, I did make a post. I took it down and I put it back up, and I might put it back up again. Depends on how I feel a little bit later. But what I'm saying is, you'll say how you feel in private, and then you won't say it in public. I don't like that. I feel like a lot of us, we have lost our voice, and we're afraid of what other people think and what they got to say. And I've been one of those type of people before. Like, I've forgotten my voice and was afraid to say what I want to say, and took the scripture literal about meekness and being quiet and don't speak out of anger and all that stuff like that. And then sometimes you take that to a place where you don't have a voice at all. And that's not okay. That's not okay not to have a voice. Hi, Ingrid. That's not okay. So, it's okay to have a voice and to speak your opinion. Just be respectful at the same time. That's all I'm saying. Hi, Ingrid. Your audio is connecting. Nobody want to talk? You ain't got nothing to say now? I hear you, Ingrid. No, that's not Ingrid. Who's that talking? Danielle? Is it Tiana? Tiana? Say it for me. Tania. I always say your name wrong. Tania. Okay. Somebody audio sound funny. I think it was Danielle's. Danielle, I don't see you. You're frozen. How do you feel about them downtown in Richmond? What do you feel about that? Ingrid, bring your camera down some. I just see the top of your head. Bring your camera down some. How do you feel about Richmond? What happened down in Richmond? The city of Richmond. Y'all don't have no opinion about what happened down in Richmond? The bus being caught on fire? Nothing?
I
Why?
think it's ignorant.
You think it's ignorant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to be honest. It's solving nothing, and then you're hurting your own community more. It's really, really ignorant. It's not showing any kind of knowledge or intelligence on, I can't just say our part, because it's not just our people out there. It is some others out there as well, but it's just ignorance. It didn't solve nothing back in the day, and it ain't gonna solve nothing now. People just gonna end up in jail,
Right.
or worse. And then what we're fighting for ends up being unheard because it just continues. It's like a ripple effect.
Right. I feel like that wasn't us. I feel like it was unorganized. It wasn't planned, and
Right.
I feel like it
Right.
was a bunch of kids being very destructive and things like that.
Right.
And I felt, and honestly, I feel like a lot of what's going on is kind of like premeditated a little bit. Like something else is going on. I feel
Right.
like it's not, it's much bigger than what you see. I feel like it has something to do with, it's like a conspiracy or something that's happening. That's how, I don't even know how to say it without being too out there, but I feel like people are being planted to start issues. I feel like it's not us that's doing that. I don't feel like, Arsenal and things like that are our MOs, and and I don't want to be the face of stuff like that. I don't think that's that's us that's doing that. Because a lot of times we are too afraid to go to jail anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because we have bigger consequences. So, we have kind of a line that we kind of draw. Brittany, won't you hop on the Zoom? Because you have a lot to say. And I can't read everything as fast as you singing it.
Tell me to turn the thing down. Or pop it and click it.
Because she's doing something. I hear all your noise. It's just tiring. I wanted to go to the protest, but now we all have these people antagonizing. You have the president making statement. It's not even safe for us to fight for our lives. It's coming out now that a lot of those antagonized are undercover supremacists. Yeah, I feel I get it. I feel like that. I feel like something is going on that's not us.
He's on a race war. I think he's on his ass on a race war, and he's gonna sit back and enjoy this because we kill each other off. That's all it is to it.
Okay, your phone just skipped the whole time when you were saying that.
Yeah.
I need
I
you
was
to.
trying to phone free.
Oh God, you need to get a real phone.
I can't hear you, Danielle.
That phone is gonna pop, 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 pop.
That's an Android.
Is that No, it's not an Android. She got an iPhone now.
No, I didn't get the iPhone because it was sold out.
That's a damn Android.
Android, my phone. Listen, don't be talking about no Android. My phone said Android. Stop it. But I need you to I need your phone to act right, because I want to hear what you have to say.
Right.
So say it again, Danny. You said what?
I think he's starting to race war, and he wants to make and he just watches fuck each other up. That's what it is. Like he's getting his rocks off of it. That man had his rocks off 7 minutes, next 9 minutes. Trump do the same thing with us. If we don't vote his ass out, we're gonna be fucked up for the next 4 years. Plain and simple.
Okay, so she basically said that she believed that Trump has something to do with this, and she believes that he's getting his rocks off for what's going on. Like he's okay with it. Yeah, he's laughing at the whole situation, and that voting is super important. We definitely got to be at them polls, and we got to not only vote just as far as the
Yeah, it's ready, but he hot. Remember.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and you make sure you mail in your ballot as well if you can't get down to the polls or you're afraid to go or anything like that. That's super super important to make sure we are definitely voting. And people who usually say I ain't vote for nobody, I'm not voting. Listen, I am begging, please, like we need all of you guys to get on board because you know, it's just not okay. It's just not okay. It's just not okay. And we need help. We need help. Where's our leaders? I mean, I heard the lady from Atlanta, the governor from Atlanta. She talked, and I know she's the leader up there. But where's our leaders? Where's Jenny? You got to get up. I can't. Your phone.
Because that was hard shit. Ain't go ahead. No.
I can't hear nothing you saying.
Not a thing. Oh my
God. Your phone.
No, you muffled.
And your phone.
Oh, come on. It sounds like water in your phone.
Yeah.
That's how you sound. Like you drown.
And it's going blah, 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 blah.
Right. I don't know what you're saying. Girl, you
listen, if you're going to come up here and you have something to say, I'm going to need y'all to be able to, first of all, Ingrid, you don't want to be on here because you ain't said not one word.
Oh.
I'm not going to interrupt y'all, and how dare you? And you know what I'm talking about right now.
What you mean?
It don't say Ingrid on that thing and say Nikki.
It says Ingrid White Shine, bitch. Ooh, ooh, I'm sorry. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. It says Ingrid White Shine.
I think that the looting is not about the man Floyd anymore. I think it's so much more about these young kids just wanting to go in the stores and loot now. It's not about him anymore.
Yeah, I honestly, that's why I said I feel like the cause is being stolen from us. We're taking the focus off what actually happened, and now what? Now what?
I see that the city is on a curfew tonight.
Oh yeah.
So is that just for Richmond City?
Let me see. I think we just had enough. I said yes. Let it hit them where it hurts, but not tear down where we live at. They definitely need to pay through, but we can't keep killing off us. We can't keep killing us like this. And
so,
what happened? You said
pay through because of killing us. Definitely.
What was the last part you said?
For me?
Yes.
The y'all are on Richmond is on a curfew. The city of Richmond, I think it's 8:00 now. I don't know for how long.
Yeah, it's the city of Richmond. It's 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. How does that work when people work at night? Like, how does that work?
They might have to get a letter from their job or something if it's a national curfew like that. Because I know with this essential stuff, we had to get a letter and keep it in our car in case they start stopping people.
Yep.
Their jobs might have to get them a letter.
So how do you feel about the young kid that got pulled out of their cars? They was just driving. They wasn't even in the, I guess it's hard to differentiate who is where and what's what or anything like that. But how do you guys feel about the kids just trying to go home and they just got pulled out the car and got tased, and they still haven't given the complete update as of yet of where everybody is at, you know, what's going on.
Some of these police is just out there trying to take care of their family. They are not all bad, because I myself thought about being a police one time. Some of them are just only out there trying to get their family ahead and keep them afloat. So I think right now they are being out there, they are, you know, I can't even explain it. Oh Lord. They're like really high right now. They're nervous. You know, they don't know what's going on either.
Well, I don't know. I feel like this, Ingrid. Nikki, which one you want me to call you? Nikki? What do you feel comfortable with? I'm serious. Ingrid? Nikki? Okay. Nikki, I feel like this, personally. where are the good cops when the bad cops is doing wrong? They never speak up. So why should I care so much about what somebody else is doing? What the other cop? I feel like they stick together. They stuck together around that man's house after he killed them. Where was the good cops when we needed them to be there when he was getting killed? No, they were surrounded and protecting him and letting him kill him. So why should I feel any kind of way about a good cop at this point? I'm asking.
All those fucking Asian. I think all four of them cops was fucked up. From that Asian to them white, they was all fucked up.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. But you can't take every situation and say that it's every cop.
Right. So why do they put why do cops think that every black person is a criminal?
I saw a young African American boy holding up a sign, and this says he couldn't have been no more than 9. And this says, so what is the age that I should start feeling like I'm not safe to go outside? That really resonated with me.
Dang.
Yeah.
I have an 8-year-old black boy. And I was like, man, it kind of hit home. And I was like, damn, like, when is it safe for me to, when is the age that I need to stop feeling safe? That's
Wow,
crazy.
that's deep.
It is crazy.
That's
crazy.
deep.
I
Hi,
have an
JT.
8-year-old that I have not taught about race because I feel like it's enough in the world that he's going to see it regardless one day anyway. But that had hit home when I saw that.
You have to talk to your kids about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just like I was watching something that Niecy Nash had said, she was saying how she has taught her son, to worry about getting home and deal with everything else later, as far as the injustice or whatever. Just, yes, sir, let me get home. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Don't do this, don't do that. Okay, but what happens when you do all of that and you still don't make it home?
I've told my son the same exact thing. So can you imagine how I feel? My son is almost 30 and he's a big dude. So they're going to feel intimidated by him if he gets stopped regardless.
Yeah.
So there will be nothing that he can do right. So I'm scared every day that my son is not in his house and I ain't got eyes on him.
Okay, so that goes back to the point. We are already criminalized from the color of our skin.
Right.
So I'm supposed to separate good cop, bad cop when y'all all look the same to me?
How do you separate good cop, bad cop when you're in a situation?
You can't separate it.
No way. That person will have to individually show their self. That's the only way you know.
Yeah.
Problem is,
whatever is going on at that time.
Right.
That's the only way you can separate it. You
like
can't
with
just
that situation with this guy that got, with the knee on him, it was so many other cops around that could have did something. Like, man, get off him.
And that man was dead on that floor.
That's where it's like, damn, if you a good cop, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You gonna let this man
Right.
die on the street?
I think that's what
Go ahead,
goes back.
Barry.
I think that's what goes back to what you were saying, Nick, about good cop, bad cop. Like all of them ain't bad. So why don't the good ones speak up at that point where you got a knee on the man's neck?
Right.
Hey,
Right.
stop.
But you can't say.
I get it. Your intentions are going high with everybody, and I get that. And I get it when you're in a situation and something's going. But you know, and I know when somebody get into something and you with them and they're your people, you're gonna pull them out before they get too far.
But what I'm saying is every situation is different. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree. Every situation is different. I'm just going off this situation, but this one situation, because I don't want to get too deep into every situation. But this one situation, you had all those cops around. Why didn't anybody?
Now that one, I think
I feel like they felt the same way.
That incident right there, all of them should go to jail. Every last one of them that was standing there, even the ambulance people, because y'all are sent there to help.
But the thing is, they wasn't ambulance. They wasn't ambulance. They wasn't ambulance. They were the police. to pick them up. The ambulance didn't pick them up. The ambulance didn't offer no service. They didn't check his pulse or nothing. If you go back and watch the videotape, the person that picked him up first had a bulletproof vest under his clothes. The second thing is he just touched his head and they just picked him up. Those was cops picking up that dead body. That man was dead already.
He was already dead.
He was dead.
Yeah, that man was dead. He was dead. Mm-hmm.
So that goes back to that goes.
They're not supposed to put their knee on your neck anyway.
Okay, so that goes back to the point of where are the damn good cops when stuff is happening? Where are the good cops at? It's more than one cop that's there when they're arresting people. There's more than one cop there when they're doing all that. Where the good cop at? So I'm supposed to not feel nothing about the broad of cops because the good cops ain't talking. The good cops are not. They're not standing up.
All 4 of them was fucked up.
What'd you say?
All 4 of them was fucked up cops. Cause now one of them said, "Yo, time up, get off him." All 4 of them was fucked up, and all.
I believe all should be accountable too. That's what Gail Singleton say. Let me read some of these comments. Tracy Norris said, or people buying cars on their high school graduate, they have to put their mom's name on it on the car. So when the cops run their tag, it would come up belonging to a female, so they didn't unnecessarily get pulled over. Injustice.
That's a shame.
Okay, where are the white allies that's moving, not demonstrating, but silently checking in on us? Where are the good cops that watched them killed him? The police offers that they are bad. The problem is the police offers that are bad makes the entire bunch look bad, which is true. And that's the same thing that they do to us. I mean, like when they say that there's a person of color that is doing a crime, right? Like automatically, I'm gonna be straight up. I gotta be 100 because I don't know any way else how to be, and I gotta be myself. A light-skinned person don't have the same problem as a dark-skinned person.
I agree.
Okay, so therefore, my fear for my dark-skinned son is even higher, and they're more likely to be pulled over, and they're more likely to be hurt because of the fact that they look more intimidating. They look more intimidating to other people, not to us, because I remember somebody put up a post and it was a bunch of guys, black guys hanging in front of the building where they live at. And somebody said, are you scared to walk through that? No, I'm not afraid to walk through that because that's what I know. I'm comfortable with mine. But if that was a group of white people that was there, I would be uncomfortable. I'll be nervous. I'll be scared for my life.
Yeah.
I would be. So they incited that fear. But what did we do to incite the fear when we've been in slavery? You took us all. And we wasn't smart enough to know that it was a lot of us and that we could have overturned it. What's up with that? You got something to say, JT? Take it off mute. I want to hear you.
I read somewhere that racism didn't start like in the 60s, the 50s, or the 40s. It started with the Spanish Inquisition. I don't know how true that is.
What you mean?
But I know this. Huh?
What you mean?
You say, Barry?
What you saying? Racism started with the Spanish Inquisition?
Yeah. I don't know too much about that, so I can't really.
So, I mean, when you got to go back to the whole history. I would think. I mean, we came when we was brought over to this country. We was brought over as slaves, right? So, from the beginning of our time in this country, they looked at us as less. You were looked at on as a product, and that, I mean, you can tell because that mentality, however it's changed a little, over the years, but that mentality is still there. I mean, if you even look into the Constitution, we're written in as I forget the exact terminology, but we're not written in as a full man.
Right, and I just said this too to somebody. I don't know who I said it to, but somebody on Facebook Live said racism started in the Bible days, which is true. It's very true. Very, very true. It's just
It's just a sad time right now. It's very sad.
It's been said.
Because
It's been
even
said.
with Trump, he's taken us back so many years.
Trump just want he just want all the smoke. He don't care.
You can see that, though, that how far he's taken us back. Because even if you look at it, the people on your job, like, and this is not a race thing, but the people on your job, that's a fair skin, they're acting more bolder. I see it every day at my job.
Yeah, they got more. They feel like they got more clarity because his ass is in office. When Obama was in office, it was racism, but shit stayed to a minimum. Now they got this nigga in office. Now they ready to have. They got an test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think that it's a lot of. Well, you know what? It's always been there. It's just rearing its ugly head, and now you get to see it. You get to see who it is. You know what I'm saying? You get to see the faces of it. The people that, and then the people that is in solitude. I'm sorry. You don't say nothing. That means you're part of the problem. I'm sorry. We've been quiet too long. We have been quiet way too long. Me too. Me too. You know, there was a time that I felt like my voice was muted as a child because I didn't want to embarrass my family. I got to be careful what I say because I don't want to embarrass adults of my family. I've been muted in the church because you got to be quiet. You don't let your this person know what you're thinking and all of that. And then as an adult in business, because you got a business, you got to be quiet because you don't want to mess up your business. How about this? I'm an entrepreneur and I work for myself and I say what I want to say at this point. And if you don't want to be my client, it's okay because there's somebody else who agree that would be my client. That's where I'm at with life. That's where I'm at. And it took a long time to get here. I'm almost 50 years old and it took a long time to get your voice back. And so before your voice is stolen again, you better go ahead and speak up because this is what's going to happen. JT, why you keep muting your phone? I want to hear you got something. I need you to talk. Brittany says, yes, going to high school was minority white. Lots of the people I grew up with was called friends or showing their true colors is very disheartening. Yeah. I always tell my people, please, let's don't talk politics in the salon because I'm passionate and I might mess up. Tap. It's a joke. But yeah, it's very disheartening to see the same people that you thought that were by your side or with you or believing with you. You kind of wait. Check this out. Let's go back a little bit. You saw that when we did the election. You ain't see that? Everybody, we with you, girl. Yes, injustice. Then all of a sudden Trump in the office, and then you got to look at your colleagues like your white girlfriend that's sitting next to you. But my husband told me I had to vote for Trump. Usually the husband is the one that lynch mob. No. But
even when they got the Klan, she making a circle of sheets.
Yeah. And you know, and I feel like this is I'm not about the Democratic or the Republican at this point. I want to know who got the best plan and who's saying what.
Right.
You know, that's what I'm about. It's not even about that. It's like what changes is going to be made at this point in time. We need some change.
Yeah, because it's all about humanity, not a color, not a vote you're gonna put in. None of that. It affects all of us.
Like I said, guys, you're on Facebook Live. You guys are leaving response and stuff, and I'm trying to read them as fast as I could. If you want to join the conversation, go ahead and hit the link in the on the Facebook Live, or if you on my page is a link as well, and you could go ahead and I'll let you into the conversation because I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Brittany, you saying a lot, and the worst one's been known as. I ain't saying that out loud, but yeah.
I'll insert this into the conversation for thought. One of the things I'm JT, so I'm in LA. So right now, and
we have JT from LA on our live, and he's speaking right now.
One of the things that I have seen in our community, the truth of the matter is black men, we are mad. Period. Let's put a point blank period right there. We have first tried to take a knee like Colin Kaepernick peacefully. We have tried to peacefully protest So where do we go when we blatantly see a murder, and not only we don't see the same outrage? So us as Black men have to take that anger, and it's being channeled through riots, through loitering, and all those other things. No, we do not agree, but let's be honest. Now that we have your attention, what do we do from here?
Right.
Okay. And the problem is organizing. Now that we have their attention, we got their attention.
Perfect.
Watching. How do we organize from here? And this is what we do. And let me insert this thought so I can get this thought on. I see you, brother. The problem is we like to fight in ourselves. We got to cut that. A unified front. Mama said, we'll talk about this when we get home. Let's deal with us when we get home. We understand there's killings in our community. White brother, I don't need you to confirm that with me. We understand there's robbing in our community. I don't need you to confirm that to us. We are doing what we need to do to shape our generation. But the real issue is the systemic racism that boils down to the policy. And instead of pushing our Black men onto the football field and the basketball court, we got to push them into educational arenas where they can make the real change. We got to go out to the ballot and vote. We got to let these politicians know that we don't work for you. You work for us. We control the polls. We got to get up and we got to mobilize. And November's around the corner. We can make the difference. But look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be angry and stay at home. You ain't that scared of COVID-19. You out there rioting. So in November, I should see all of you out there voting.
Absolutely.
Brother, let me put this in there. I just want to touch on that point you just said. If you're afraid of COVID-19, I get it. You can now register to do a mail-in ballot. You can. So everybody who's using that as an excuse, please don't use that as an excuse. You can always mail in your ballot. Go ahead, brother. You can keep talking.
Yeah, I just want us as a people to really have the conversation. Okay, so now that we have the world's attention, let's have the conversation. That means we need to show up at our local council meetings. We got to show up at these elected officials who represent us. Because the problem is the people that represent us don't really care about us. So
see, come on, JT, you talk that talk because you right where I'm at. You're right where I'm at.
Yeah.
You right where I'm at.
We got to step up in all aspects. And yes, we have talented athletes in our community, but what we do as Black people is we shut down the intellectual voices. We shut down the Sabrinas that are business owners that are empowering Black women in the community. We shut down other people in our community that are actually empowering change because we want to get a one-up. We got to come together with a village mentality, understanding that if I pull you, you can pull me. Where you're strong at, I may be weak at. And when we do that together, we make a change. We have their attention. What are we going to do now?
Absolutely.
We have their attention. What are we going to do now?
I definitely agree with what you're saying. And this has come back into the point that I was asking earlier. Where are our leaders? Where are our leaders? Because you got these people running out here rampant, tearing up stuff. But where are the leaders? Where are the organizations to keep things organized? And I got to be careful. But, I feel like where is the Martin Luther King Jr.'s and where are the Malcolm X's and the people with the voice to help lead the people? Because right now everybody's all over the place. Everybody got the same outrage, but we're all over the place, and it is being handled in a way. And you're absolutely right. We got the attention, and sometimes a little bit of damage will get the attention of who we need to get attention to, and we do need to have a real plan. So what is the plan? We know what we don't like. We don't want to get beat up on for no reason. We want to have the same kind of rights as the next person. If someone does something wrong and one person get arrested this way and they're safe and do their time, do what they're supposed to do, then we expect the same thing. Don't beat me up. What the hell you beating me up for? Like, if I did wrong, I did wrong. I'm not saying that we don't get in trouble or I'm not saying nothing against that. I'm just saying do it the right way. Do it the right way. It's not right. It's not right.
It's
But
not right that nobody is saying that if there's a crime that's been committed or whatever that we should get away with it. Nobody's saying that, and I think everybody's trying to mix that message. It's not nobody's rioting because somebody got accused of a crime, but it should not be a death penalty.
right.
To get stopped on a regular traffic stop should not be a death penalty. To get arrested because of they think you did a crime, a fraudulent check or whatever, should not be a death penalty. That should not be. That's not a death penalty for anybody else. Why is it a death penalty to us? And why would you say after it happened that, oh well, they should have just complied with the young brother that was jogging? Whether I tell you like this, Virginia's a carry state, right? Or it's a carry state, right? So if people were to run up on me with guns out, and I had a chance to get to my gun, I'm shooting because I do not know who you are. You are not police. But if now, just imagine how that would go down if that happened.
Because now you be in jail.
How would that go down?
You be in jail for the rest of your life. And that's messed up. But it's my life against yours. So you putting me in a position, and it's unfair that I can't stand my ground, but you can stand your ground.
Right. It should be the same across the board. What I'm saying is anybody who runs up on anybody with guns out, I'm just using that now. Anybody who runs up, I mean, you're subject to whatever happens at that point. I think, because white, black, whatever race you want to pick, if you run up on somebody with your guns out, and they have a gun and they can get to it, they're probably going to shoot you. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't wait. I'm shooting first and asking questions later.
Right, because unless you say police, all whatever, I'm thinking you're just. My first thought, I can't open the hood. I'm thinking you coming to rob me. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And you know the scary part is, as a black man, I had to think. I'm 32 years old, and I don't have no record, no warrant, ain't been in trouble with the law. But when a police gets behind my car, the rushing feeling of fear.
Exactly.
Because all you want to do is, and I'm not saying it's just black men. I know it's a black woman.
Yeah.
But from the black men experience, when that happens, and you're accosted by the police or humiliated, it does cause a rage, because in that moment, your manly dignity is kind of robbed from you, from a person who's clocking a 9 to 5 with a badge.
Right.
Yeah. And so the real issue is, or the real change in that is, and one of the things we're pushing for here in Los Angeles is a community advisory board for the police department, meaning that the community advises on promotions, on things like hiring, who polices our community. We should have a say-so. And if you're going to police our community, then you need to know our community. The problem is these police officers don't even live in the communities they serve in. So they don't know that black man was a staple of the community. They don't know that his account may not have had that money in it. It don't matter the reason why. That community loved him. That community knew him. What if a police officer from that community policed that community? And one of the things we got to push for is small changes like that. Community advisory boards. We want to have a voice in this police station. You police us, you are hired help by the county to make us safe. We have a voice in how you do it, and using our voice to make those changes in areas that matter. Now that we have their attention is the key. We've rioted, we've looted. Yes, right or wrong, I'm not here to argue with that, because my thing was I was praying for my brothers in the background. But at the same time, it's going to happen when you allow the conversation to be bottled up like this. It didn't go away because of Obama. It didn't rear its head because of Trump. Racism has always been here. We stopped the conversation when we got access into restaurants. We stopped the conversation when
Come on,
got
JT.
access into schools. We stopped the conversation when we got access into things that we wanted and we felt like it was okay. And we stopped dealing with the laws, the legal stuff that kept us down, only because we we got a seat at the table.
We got to sit at we got too comfortable.
A seat at the table.
Listen, I'll say it because ain't nobody else going to say it. We became house niggas. We got in the house.
We became comfortable with it. Not realizing that the issue is not the fact that we wanted to sit at the table. We actually wanted to change the conversation. And it has become evident that for our white counterparts, some we love, and those that have not spoken out, shame on you. But for our white counterparts, we see your tableside conversations. And obviously it's not changing.
You're right.
So here we go. Here we rise. Here we are at the polls. Here we are in our local place. And let me just say this while we're on this good Sunday morning or afternoon where you're at. For every church leader that hasn't spoken out.
Come on now. Speak that loud.
White evangelical that takes black dollars but won't speak up on black issues.
Talk it out.
Every black preacher that takes black dollars but won't speak up on black issues. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on the same leaders who take our money and take our profit. Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Popeyes, those places we've condemned for looting, they take our money but won't speak up on black issues.
I just had this conversation. I swear to God, I just had this conversation. Yeah. I was like, we're concerned about all that stuff. I said, well, actually, I was having this conversation with my son. Because I wanted to hear what he had to say. He's a very intelligent young man to be so young. And I wanted to hear what he had to say. And so he had his opinion on that he thought that the looting was stupid and stuff like that, that it's not changing anything. So what I was telling him that, yeah, I get what you're saying. I said, and people are acting out of anger. I said, however, those stores that, you're talking about, like what Target did, what this person did. I said, where were they standing up for the injustice before any of this happened? They didn't stand up. Nobody denounced anything. But now we supposed to care about the object, the building. They got insurance.
Right. Your life don't have.
They got insurance. Your life is gone. You're never coming back. That building will be rebuilt again. Is it going to cost? Yeah, we're going to pay for it, and a lot of stuff is going to happen behind all of this stuff. But that building will get rebuilt. They got insurance. Trust me. They got insurance. And a lot of these stores with the pandemic anyway, they're happy that their stuff is being torn down because they was suffering anyway, and they weren't going to recover from the big Great Depression that we're about to go into. They was losing anyway. So y'all don't sit there and fall for it. Don't fall for it. But I'm not saying that looting is right or wrong or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, just like my brother said, it got the attention. And now what? And I need to hear some leaders. I need to hear what the leaders got to say. Direct us. Show us where to go. Show us what to do. Because you have so much opinion of coming down on the people that's doing anything, but you ain't do nothing. You ain't stand up. You ain't doing nothing. So why you want to come down and condemn everybody? But what are you doing? What are you standing up and saying? What are you fighting for? Are you in the courtroom? Are you there? Are you at the office? Are you voting? What are you doing?
So can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
When Trump was I don't know if he was running for election or if he was already elected. When there was 100 black preachers that went and met with Trump, right? Let's just use that.
100 black pastors.
Okay.
Let's keep it 100.
Whatever the title was. Where y'all at now? Because if you really wanted the rioting to stop in Richmond right now, if you really wanted this rioting to stop, all you have, if these preachers would come out and talk, a lot of these people would just go home.
They would go home. But no, everybody want to.
Hold on. You gotta remember too, they don't trust you now because your voice is silent right now. You're silent. You're not saying nothing. You're not backing anybody. You're not. There's no backbone to me. To me, there's no backbone because in the churches we yell, scream, and holler, and we jump around. That's great. I'm not taking away from that. What I am saying though. Right now, where's the leadership now? Because that leadership is needed right now.
Right.
I'll say this, as a preacher on the call, I'll say this: the church has been silent, period. And the problem is,
I'm gonna say it.
Is the responsibility is on the leaders before us that didn't decide to speak up and open up their mouth. 32 now, I have to open up my mouth. Okay, and the indictment is on those leaders who sit in those seats but refuse to have the conversation.
Right.
What is the reason why? Is because they've gotten so used to seeking popularity and fame, and are so happy to get a seat at the table that they conform to the house nigga mentality. And I won't speak up about that, but let me just tell you about this. And a lot of times we raise up leaders that aren't educated, that don't know what they're talking about. They can preach real good on Sunday, but they can't go into the boardroom and make intellectual conversation. You got to be able to affect policy to affect change.
Right.
There's no way around the conversation. You got to be able to affect policy. And the reason why leaders or preachers won't jump on that bandwagon is because a lot of them don't want to share their platform because they're building it unto themselves and not unto God.
Right.
My responsibility is to serve the community that I serve, period. There's no wiggle room around it. So I don't get to pick what issue I got to fight. As a black man that happens to be a preacher, a business owner, I have to step up and speak for the issues that are relevant in my community. Our black men and black women are hurting right now. And no, I'm not going to apologize for the displays of action, because even Martin Luther said this is the result of what happens when their voices aren't heard. Right. And now that we hear them, it is time for those same 100 leaders that were at the White House, we have to hold them accountable. But guess what? The same people that go to their churches are going to show up on Sunday, are going to be there, all in the name of, I'm at church. But what happened after Martin Luther King died? It's the church's responsibility or our ability to enact change halted. Right. For whatever reason that was. And so, where do we go? I see
JT.
Sabrina saying, yes, ma'am.
You know, I'm going to say this. A lot of churches, pastors, evangelicals, they're getting funding from the government. They're getting funding, and because Trump is yelling loud about Christians in church and stuff like that, so a lot of them are backing that up. But they got a blind eye to everything that's going on. How's that God-like? I don't understand that.
That's not God-like.
You're going to tell me that you're going to try to influence me to be behind this man, and he's the most disgusting person I know, but because he's giving you funding, I'm supposed to follow you? You don't care nothing about me. You don't care nothing about me. You only care about your building. You're caring about your funding. You're not caring about the people. You're not caring about the people because there's a bigger picture. And the churches are being bought. I'm sorry. They're being bought. Just like a lot of people being bought by their $1,200 stimulus check.
Talking right. You talking right. Can I ask you a question? What do we do as a black people? How do we have this conversation if the leadership doesn't change? So hear me now. If Trump gets elected for another 4 years, okay,
which I'm afraid of,
we still up, and I want black people to face this reality now. Okay, if he gets elected for the next 4 years, how do we still have this conversation? Why? Because we have their attention. How do we still have this conversation that we matter? He needs our voice. You understand what I mean? He still needs our movement.
See, this is my thing. If he gets back in, I think it's I don't think that we're safe, and I don't think that we will have a voice, and I don't think that all that we have done is going to matter because he will be in the position of power. If anything, this man has done anything that he has wants to do, and he gets away with it without any repercussions or anything. How is that possible?
Can I just ask this question? Regardless of who's in the White House, let's just say Trump doesn't make it back in. Regardless, the system is broken. It's so. I think it's just so much bigger than whoever's sitting in that White House. I mean, it's very important. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say it's not important. It's very, very important. But the next person coming in needs to be more than just a voice. Needs to do more than just make promises. I mean, it has to be real change.
We need to see something in writing at this point.
Well, yeah.
We need to see. Listen, we need to see a real something in writing.
Policy.
Right, policy, because it needs to be policy change at this point. Because right now, I mean, everybody's going to say what you want to hear, right? Because they want you to vote for them. That's the whole, that's the whole thing behind politicians. They're going to say what you hear because they want your vote. So I'm going to say, hey, JT, I'm going to do this for you. Hey, Sabrina, I'm going to do this for you. So on and so forth. But when I get in, I don't really have to do it anymore, right? Because
that's because we don't hold them accountable.
Correct.
So it's not enough to go out and vote. For my local government, I'm showing up to the council meetings. I'm calling my mayor. I'm showing up to the school board meeting and I don't have no kids. You know what I mean? I'm showing up because those small decisions affect you in the long run. And guess what? If you're not in the room, they'll write you out of the policy.
Correct.
I mean,
Correct.
That's the biggest thing. I want everyone to really hear that. If you are not in the room, they write you out of the policy. So if you're on the football field and not at the council meeting, they're making decisions about you because you're not involved. You've chosen something else as priority.
So you got to pay attention.
Those things can't be important, but the truth of the matter is we live in America, and democracy is fought for, not freely given.
Correct.
We got to fight for that White House back. And I want to say this while we're on it. I encourage every black man to be a gun owner in America, because if it comes to that, you need to be able to protect your household and your family. Okay?
Absolutely.
I'm done with that.
Absolutely. Shoot, absolutely. Anyway. But yeah, this has been very insightful. I'm glad we had this conversation. I'm going to give you guys another opportunity because I got a lot of comments on the Facebook Live, and it's kind of hard to keep up with. So I try to go back and read a little bit of it. Some of these leaders who have voices at City Hall, members of the church, what that mean? Or they are being given grants from the city. They don't know they don't want the money to stop. That's true. I believe that.
Now, some, not all.
People are
some,
silent. Right. I don't believe. Silent in their $1 million homes. I heard Target only got attacked because they wouldn't let people buy milk to help people with pepper spray. Oh yeah, I saw something like that. I don't know how true it is or not, but I saw something like that. But regardless of the fact, there's a lot going on, and we just need some guidance and some help from real leadership. And don't just come trying to simmer down things, just simmer down things, but come in to make a change. You know what I'm saying? Come in to make a change. Come in saying something that's going to help us, not just to appease the situation for whoever you need to appease it for, to calm down this, because we can see through that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see right through that. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And like Barry has said earlier, he mentioned that the 100 black preachers that showed up for the rally when Trump was first getting into office. Where the 100 black preachers at now for your own black men? Where y'all at? Y'all want to be quiet? Y'all want to tell us to stop looting? Don't be quiet. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be a mouse. Don't talk. Don't have a voice. Where your voice at? That's what I want to know. Where your voice at? And be your voice for your people. Because we can see a lie. I know I can anyway. I can see a lie. I can see right through somebody. Be like, you lying. You lying. Nah. But yeah, anybody else got anything to say on here? We're not going to stay on here too long. We've been up here for over an hour. That conversation went pretty quick. Anything on here that somebody said that I missed that I can answer real quick? Any questions? Money talks. We have to take our money away from all these companies. They don't care about us. Aren't we supposed to have a blackout July 7th or something like that? They was talking about a blackout.
But it should be more. So if you're gonna have a blackout, I mean that's a great idea because the dollar. Everybody looks at that dollar, right? So if you're gonna have a blackout, though, it shouldn't be. I think we should to make it known. It should be a week, but can you get everybody on the same page for a week?
Right. To get on the same page. That's the biggest thing because, like JT said earlier, you want to take from the issue of George Floyd and you want to start attacking your own people about looting and burning down buildings and stuff. Let's stay on the subject. Let's just stay on the subject. Like you said, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But right now, we're trying to get our point across. And I honestly do believe that. Well, anybody else want to add into this conversation? You're going to have like 2 more minutes left and I'm leaving. And y'all be in my inbox and y'all have a lot to say. Why are y'all not saying it on my page? I post the same post that I post on my top story on my page. Don't be scared to speak your mind. It's okay. And you don't have to be disrespectful when you speak in your mind. You don't have to be disrespectful. See, that's the thing that we feel a certain way, but we are silenced because of other people. And I understand that you guys, you got jobs and stuff like that. Yes, you do have to be careful in some things, but you're allowed to have an opinion. It don't have to be disrespectful to have your opinion. It's okay. So that's all I'm saying is you don't have to just shut up. You don't have to just shut up. It's okay. And so, like I said, if you have anything that you want to say, anything that you want to add, I'm going to give it like 2 more minutes to go ahead and click on and give your piece. The Zoom link is in this live and on my page. Just click on, I'll admit you in, and no opinion is wrong. No opinion. Whether you believe that they should not or they should, or it's crazy or it's not crazy, or you're on the police side or you're on this side, it don't even matter. Your opinion matters. That's all that counts. And it's okay to have an opinion. That's all I'm saying. So what we doing? How we fighting? What we doing? Who's standing up? Who gonna be the leaders? Who gonna lead us around here? Because Richmond, I don't see nothing Richmond doing. At least Richmond ain't doing nothing. What we doing? We had a protest, and I didn't even hear about the thing until it was actually happening. It was a bunch of kids. That's not a real protest. That's not organized. I'm sorry. That's not it. Where the leaders at? Where the leaders at? Where we showing up at? Where the solutions? Where we going to the council office at? What's the plan? We waiting. We want to hear what you got to say. It's not like nobody's not here, not ready. We ready. What you saying? Where they at? Everybody's scared because everybody want to stay in their comfortable home. Everybody want to stay in their comfortable space. Nobody want to mess up their legacy. Nobody want to mess up their household. Nobody want to mess up the money. Everybody's scared to say something because they're scared what people think. How about this? Listen, as many people that say that will leave you or won't do business with you, there's 100 more people that will do business with you. I used to be bound by my business. I used to be so bound by it. I was afraid to say anything because I'm afraid of how people see me or what they say or I'm going to lose a customer. I don't care anymore. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because you know what? God always provides and he always covers me and I never go hungry. So I'm not even worried about that. It's time to speak up. It's time to stop being quiet. It's time to speak up. Don't pacify me. Speak up. It's injustice going on right now, and y'all want to be quiet because you scared about what Sally's saying or you scared about what Joe's saying. Who cares what Sally and Joe's saying? This your brother, this your sister. What you doing? What you doing? Oh, you want that check from the government though, right? That's what you're doing. So yeah, I feel very passionate about how I feel about it. And I don't know why this rainbow keep coming in, but I feel passionate about how I feel, and it's my feelings, and I'm entitled to my feelings, right or wrong, and it's my voice. And I say to everyone, if they have a voice, just say how you feel. It's okay. Shoot, the president say how he feel. When he said looting, start the shooting. I'm like, what? I was like, that's a hood. You can't say stuff like that. That's like you put that call out there. Like you can't do that.
Oh, he don't care.
Who does that?
Well, I mean, it's no surprise that our president is racist. I don't think anything that he says surprises me.
So why is it okay that he could be racist, and then the evangelicals, the leaderships, the Christian people, the churches, they want us to follow this man?
I'll answer that two ways. There are policies, there are moral policies that the Republican Party has that the church aligns with.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Let's put a period there. So no abortion, things of that caliber. They don't agree with same-sex marriage. Those are moral things that the church stands with. Now, I can agree with you on moral policies, but your private integrity is what speaks volumes to me. So as a preacher, I can say, look, I see these laws, but I don't like you as a person. And how do you work with that? It's a tricky thing. And I use my corporate head to kind of compartmentalize it. I say, I identify the racists, but I still got a people to lead. So how do I step in between that? And that is where the leaders step in, to be that mediator between the races that's not going anywhere. Let's make that clear. Races across the country, we're not going to change, we're not here to change their heart. We're here to say that you got to respect us when we walk in the room.
So you don't think racism had to do with with the morals as well? I mean,
no,
you don't think...
I'm not saying that. I'm saying their alignment will be more morally, even if they don't like the person. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And it's kind of like a tough situation to be in, because the church stands on these moral clauses, but the person leading the moral clause is a public racist.
I believe that's the problem right there.
So how I feel like that's fake. Because let me tell you why. Let me just get this thought out real quick. Because I feel like I'm gonna just say this. I feel like I gotta choose my words because my husband always tells me I'm so blunt. So I'm trying to really choose my words. Yeah. I feel like Trump is a fake Christian. I feel like it's about getting the votes. I feel like it's, I heard what you want, but it's about you got leaders in place that has the ear of the congregation, which a lot of these mega churches, thousands and thousands and thousands of people voices, and then online hundreds and hundreds of people, they got their ear. So therefore Trump is like, let me hook up with the leaders, let me get them on my side, give them what they want so they can go back to the people and get the people, and because I don't understand why the church is in the politics anyway, but they go back and they go to the people and try to get the people to agree with this man who don't give two craps about you or me or even them. He care about the votes. So I feel like he uses them to go back to get his message across, so they can put the message out abroad to get us, because we trust the leaders and we trust what they're saying, and because they hear the voice of God and everything, that we do what they say do, even though we feel that it's wrong.
Let's remember what Trump said. Trump said that if I do anything, I will run for the Republican Party because they're the most gullible.
That's exactly. He absolutely said that.
For Trump, he was a registered Democrat. For Trump, this is Trump's thing, okay? He's a racist, period. But Trump's thing is building his family legacy, period. That's his only agenda. And the check mark in the or the ultimate check mark or daddy, you would be proud of me, is I became president of the United States. Okay? That is the next, okay, what is the ultimate next goal as a billionaire? I mean, you can run the United States.
To be the most powerful man in the world.
He's a president, businessman, and he's an entertainer. He strategizes just like he strategizes the boardroom. Okay? And so how do you have a conversation with a man like that? And the only way you have a conversation with a man like that is through leverage, through bargaining, through real conversation. He don't care. I truly believe that Trump doesn't care if you're white or black. He cares if you're the smartest in the room. And if you can be black and smart, he'll listen to what you got to say.
Like a
Because
Omarosa.
you're the smartest person in the room. Right. But it doesn't take away from the fact that his whiteness innately, he's a racist. So I have come to terms in my mind. I know the president is racist. I get it. But the people that voted for him, how do I have a conversation with the racist? And this particular racist likes to talk to the smartest in the room. So meaning that we got to go into our black repertoire and sit these Al Sharptons down and find our intellectual black men to go in the room that will really enact change. Because that is the only thing that woos this white man. So now what I'm going to do is give you our black token all-stars and allow you to be wooed, because statistically, white people love a show pony. But this show pony gonna creep up in there just like you creeped up in there.
So we need to have
And
a
he's just
covert
playing the game of
operation.
words. It's the battle of attorneys right now. His attorneys are finding loopholes that we're exposing and we're able to see. But guess what? We don't have any black attorneys we can go to argue the difference, that aren't bought, that aren't concerned about their legacy as well. And at the end of the day,
That's so
Trump is a
disheartening.
white man concerned about his white legacy and will do anything in his power to protect his white name and to protect his white money. And black people have to get the mindset that they're not giving me 40 acres and a mule. So how do I protect my assets, my money, my family name at all costs? Because I see the white man gonna do the same thing. He gonna do it for him, and he has been doing it for him. And we gotta do it smarter. We gotta do it more intellectually and stop putting our children on new plantations like basketball courts and football fields, telling them this is how you get ahead in life.
That was the only way that we knew back
Teach
then.
them how to work for another white man. Teach them how to be a business owner, how to handle their own money, how to make decisions, how to own property. You don't have to rent from nobody. You can get your credit score to a 630 for a first-time home buyer's plan. But we shoot each other down at the conversation to tell you how to get your money back. Oh, because we got it together. We got to listen more, talk less, and listen to the wisdom already been provided for us. But we've cut out the Sabrinas in our lives. We've cut out the other brothers like this in our life, the brothers that come before us. We as a generation, millennials and X-millennials, stop listening. But then, Sabrina, your generation and above, stop being sympathetic and stop running with what your grandparents, really your parents, stopped running. Because by that time, Martin Luther King had died and they got comfortable. So you all grew up comfortable, and now the tension hits again. And it's like, wow, we just pulled the Band-Aid off the scar. How we have let 50 years pass by, and we're still really, only thing we got was to be able to sit by you in the restaurant, go to school with you in class. But
Drink from the water fountain.
and drink at their water fountain. But this brother said it at the beginning of the conversation when I came in. He said, but the conversation of the Constitution still doesn't have us written in properly. Verbiage segregates us. You understand that? And the only way to change it is not by rioting, by raising up intellectual people to have the conversation to make the argument.
It's got to be a policy change, man. It's got to be a policy change. It has to be.
You're right. Definitely right. This has been such a great conversation. I'm glad that we got to have this conversation. Of course, this has been messing with me all week. I mean, I've been outraged. I've been upset. I've been wanting to fight. I've been wanting to tear down something. I've been wanting to pray. I've been wanting to cry. I didn't laugh hysterically. I didn't shut down for a whole day and don't want to talk nothing about nothing. You know, it's so many emotions because I see that as my brother, my son, my uncle, you know, my cousin. I see all of that. So it's not okay. And I just feel like, you know, a lot, and then just to see a lot of us, you know, coming against each other, that was nonsense for me. And I'm like, what the heck? We ain't supposed to be fighting each other right now. We supposed to be standing strong, tight, and tough, and in unity, and we coming against this and that and that. You worried about a building, you worried about this. How about worried about what's going on? Stay focused on that. You know, so, you know, it's just a lot going on, and only thing that we could do is just keep praying and keep putting together, you know, maybe we can put together some things and some thoughts and stuff and write it down and get it to the right person, you know, and keep on trying. I mean, we can't give up. You know, we got to come out and vote. You got to go ahead and go ahead and mail in your ballots. You can't get there. You're scared. Y'all out there protesting, so ain't no reason for you're right. Y'all out there protesting, so you might as well be at the ballot too, but wear your mask. And or mailing your ballots if you don't want to be out there. Make sure you go ahead and vote for all the different. We gotta definitely show up at the polls. I make sure my kids show up. And anybody that's around me, anybody who tells me they don't vote, I don't really want to hear what you got to say because you don't have no opinion to me. And that's just it. How I feel. That's how I feel. So this was a great conversation. I see a lot of people in on here and they were saying things, but they not. I can't keep up. So I'll probably go back through that later. And, you know, we got to keep the conversation open. And we still going to keep running this race at this point. You got to just keep running this race. There's what else to do right at this point? I don't hear nobody speaking up loud. Where's TD Jakes at? Who talking? Who's speaking up loud? Who got the big megaphone? Where y'all all seen at? Who's talking? I know Paula White is with the president and she's praying for him, and you know, after she done took all the black money, she out. You know, what she got to say? I'm saying it. Yeah, I said it. What we say? What's going on? Y'all don't let her come in there and shout up on your churches and take all the church money from all y'all black folks, and now she with the president who being racist. It's the greater good of God, though, right? What's going on? What we doing? Who's speaking up? Who talking? Who's talking right now? Who we listening to? Who's speaking up? This is why I get so upset, you know, because I'm like, you want to sit there and condemn, but who's speaking up? Who leading? Who not scared? I'm about to say it. I'm about to say it. I was about to say it, but I'm not.
So I think the question would be at this point is, who is the new? You know, we talk about Martin Luther King, we talk about Malcolm X, we talk about a lot of ones that came before us. Who's the new one? Who's the new leader? And if you want, the conversation needs to be had now, because all this rioting, whether it's right, wrong, whatever, right? At this point now, who's the one stepping up saying, okay, this is enough. Now let's go have this conversation. I follow a brother on Instagram named Sean King, right? And he's doing great work. Don't get me wrong. He brings a lot of attention to a lot of situations. But who's going to be that one to be the consistent leader? I think a couple of reasons. You know, money, and people are afraid. People are afraid because, I mean, you look at Martin Luther King. You look at the Malcolm X.
Ain't nobody ready to die for the cause.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They got killed. Great works, don't get me wrong, but then they end up getting killed. So I think that plays a part to it too. And listen, I'm not
after Martin Luther King got killed and after Malcolm X got killed, it's like all the leadership got scared and retreated, and nobody want to stand up.
Well, they were comfortable too. Like JT brought up, they got comfortable too because a lot of change did happen. Let's not negate that. A lot of change did happen, right?
He's good now.
We got comfortable with that change. We felt like we were at the table, but not, we were really at the kids' table, but we felt like we were at the main table, right? So we got comfortable. But we don't want to be at the kids' table anymore. I mean, that's just as a whole. We want all we. And we don't want any extra. Again, like I said, I don't want to be above nobody. All we want is the same. We want an equal chance.
Let's start the race at the same line. Let's start the real race at the same line. Let's have a fair opportunity. That's all.
That's it.
Just let's have a fair opportunity. That's all.
And give the leaders that want to lead a fair voice.
Yeah.
Correct.
Rather than bringing them down. And we have to realize as a people, we all come with the past. You live long enough, you done did something you ain't supposed to do.
You did something.
So we can't vilify our people because we found out a little, what they call it, tea?
Yeah.
Because we found out a little information, and then we break down our leaders, you know what I'm saying? And so we have to be willing to listen to emerging voices that are out there that want to make a difference and give them the opportunity to be a leader. You know what I mean? Because you can't get a Martin Luther King without the accepting of the people he's trying to lead. He has to say, it has to be, you know what, Sabrina, I trust you. I trust you with our voice. Can you go say something and speak on our behalf? Okay, JT, I trust you with our voice. Go say something. But when I get home, you say, JT or Sabrina, now listen, you can't be going down there fussing like that. We, as a community, let's go regroup. That was the purpose of the church, to regroup before we went out there to go march on Selma across the bridge, before we marched in other places. We regrouped at the church. They got Martin together saying, you was too close to that white woman. Oh, no, you was doing this. Or this don't look right when you out there. We regroup, we go back out. I'm gonna bring you back home and fuss at you, cuss you out, but when we go back out, we're a unified front. We're a unified front. We're gonna tear our black kids up in our community. We're gonna let them have it. We're gonna see that black man, and you're gonna get a whooping. You're gonna get chastised in our community. But when you're out there, we're a unified voice. I'm not gonna repush your faults, your indiscretion, your downfalls, and your failures, because you got the outside world doing that enough to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so we can't kill our own voices, which is important, while they're emerging. Because we'll never get a Martin if we keep killing before they speak.
You're absolutely right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. And we got to allow people to have made mistakes in their past. That doesn't define who they are right now. A lot of people like to, something they did at 18, 19 years old and they're now 40 and you want to vilify them for that. And that's not okay. And, we shouldn't trust them or we shouldn't listen to them. People go through changes. We've done things as children. I know I've done a lot of dumb stuff. So, so that doesn't mean that you're that same person. Change has happened. You're a responsible adult who's going to your day-to-day operations of your job and taking care of your family and things like that. Everybody's not in the same position that they were when they were kids. So if I step up as a leader, for say, and you start digging in my back, did you know at 18 she got a shoplifting, at 16 she did this and she did that. So
don't even matter to me. What work is she doing now?
Right.
What things is she affecting now?
Right.
Who is she now? Now, I'm a side eye, but as a black person, I'm going to investigate myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look myself just not because I want to bring you down, but to hold you accountable.
Right.
So if I realize you got a track record of being sticky with money, I'm not going to put you as the treasurer.
Right.
I'm be like, you're a leader of a great organization, but we need an accountant. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You trigger happy, brother. You trigger happy, brother. So we're not going to put you on the security team.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and it's recognizing that I embrace your flaws, and we're not going to push you to temptation.
Right.
We're going to stick you in your lane where you're good at. And maybe some preachers need that too. You're sticky with your hand, so you need to hire an accountant. You need somebody else to take that money back. You know what I mean? And it's us being honest with ourselves first.
Right.
You know what I mean? I happily don't touch the money.
Right.
Why? Because I don't want nobody ever to say nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not touching it. I don't know what a rough day looks like. When a rough day comes, what I have the proclivity to do. I'm only 32.
That's honest.
So listen, I'm not gonna touch it. Don't give it to me. If it's you want it to go where it want to go, and you want my name to stay clean, don't give me that 40. Go to, because between here and the church, Chick-fil-A may be on the way.
You're so funny.
You know what I mean? I'll justify $7 thinking that I got it and I can get it by the time I meet you, and the next thing you know, life happens.
Right.
And
Right.
those moments of lack of integrity can ruin a whole organization.
Right.
But we got to identify the flaws in our people, be honest about it, and not push them towards their struggles, but celebrate their victories and what they're good at.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the point I'm making out of that. Yeah.
This
This is a good conversation, Sabrina. I hope you have this all the time. I would love to. Now that we're not having church in the four walls, we're at home. I got another Zoom call about the same thing that I got to be on at 2 o'clock LA time. It's 1:21 here right now. And then I am going to pray with some protesters that'll be protesting downtown around 5 o'clock. They're shutting down LA. We're on a curfew.
How's LA looking down there? Is it really terrible? Give us a little update.
Black people, they're mad. Black people are mad, rightfully so. It's unorganized.
So it's unorganized there as well?
I think all across the country, it rings true. I think what happens is you have a combination of quarantined black folk and angry black folk, and the country just opened and we can go outside. And when we go outside, the first thing that happens is a black man gets killed.
Right.
We open up our doors, and the first thing that happens is a black man gets killed.
And disgustedly.
And so it drastically shifts the conversation from COVID-19, black men getting killed, and it's in your face. We ain't even been open a few weeks yet. And it just goes to show they can't even sweep it under the rug because it's right there. We were all present and active. We all were barely even outside. I can't even go cash a check without worried about being killed. Right. And so that type of tension in LA brings back unhealed wounds, you know. And I'm not from LA. I've been here 4 years. I'm from Florida, lived 3.5 years in Richmond. And coming to LA, it is unhealed wounds like all across the country. It's a 50-year bandage that we put on around the time Martin died. And it's the uncovering of the bandage, and it is the eerie feeling that I'll be damned if I hear a third brother say, I can't breathe.
Jesus.
Right.
Heart-wrenching.
Too.
Heart-wrenching.
I'll be damned if I hear a third brother say, I can't breathe. And you got riots. I mean, they're out there marching now. They're actually blocking off highways so people can't travel. And the police, they called the National Guard in. The mayor he issued a curfew. There were probably about 200 black men that were arrested last night because they didn't honor the curfew. My encouragement to people is listen to your local officials. The way that you make the change is showing up and voting. If they're doing something that you don't like, then you say, I got you in November, bro. I got you the next time that poll comes around. I'm going to make sure my cousin, my auntie, my uncle, them, all at that poll, because you won't be in there next time. And you might mess around and we'll vote somebody in with no experience, no qualification, and we'll write them in. And guess what you got to do is you got to sit them.
Right.
We can use this because guess what? We're the minority, but in most of our cities where we're rioting, we're the majority. We control the vote.
And there you have it. There you have it. We have JT And we have Eugene still online right now, and we're still on Facebook Live, and people are still joining. But we're about to end the Sabrina Marie show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It was awesome conversation. We're going to keep this conversation going because it's not over. And I can't wait to hear what some more of you and some more of your opinions as we go along and see the new developments that happen again. So thank you for tuning in to the Sabrina Marie show. And remember, never let them see you sweat. Guys, that was good. I'm glad you guys tuned in. You guys on Facebook Live, I'm glad you guys tuned in. I will repost this so you guys can rewatch it because we still have more people keep tuning in. But we've been on for a long time now. It's been great conversation, great opinions. I wanted you guys to go ahead and link them to the Zoom. Next time, maybe you won't be so shy and you'll go ahead and do it. But we had good conversation, and I'm glad that we were able to talk. And if you want to drop some more opinions, keep on writing, and we're going to pick it back up, and we're going to bring those questions back up again. JT, I hope I can get you again. You were great. I love to have your conversation. I'll try to get in contact with you, and maybe we can set up another time, you know, another day or whatever. That'd be awesome. I appreciate your thoughts. You're very insightful. Your words were great, and I really appreciate it. Barry, thank you for tuning in, too. I know you was going somewhere. Danielle, I see you just disappeared on me. I don't know what happened, but love you, girl. And everybody that told you.
My phone, I don't know. It's always my phone, man.
And so,
good meeting you too, bro.
I brought JT, so I'm good.
oh, you good. And so you guys on Facebook Live, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait for you guys to go ahead and put your comments in, your opinion, your thoughts. It doesn't matter whether you think we agree or disagree. Your opinion matters. It matters. So thank you for tuning in, and I will repost this, okay? Have a great day.
Next